Hello guys, I'm back again. I'm here doing part 2, second take. Um, Having issues with my 2-year-old today. But anyways, let's see if I can get this done before she comes back again. I'm doing part 2 on the tutorial to make my Engraver mini album. So on the first video, this is what we did. This is what we did on the first video. And the second video was to create the pockets. So on the first page, well, I just did the first, I was trying to do the first intake, so I already inserted this, but my daughter kind of interrupted the moment there. But we were in the process of doing this flap here. In this flap, you just cut a piece. It's a 5x4, and it's just a piece of cardstock. And what you do is, after you have it cut on the 4-inch side, you're going to score it at 3.5. So that's going to give you this little piece here to fold it. So you glue this little strip down, and that creates your little pocket here. And you have to do this before, that way when you're at the pretty paper, you can't see the little piece there. Now, on the original one, I made these little pockets here to do my little inserts here, and it also has one in the back. Okay, so those were not in the original mini. I went ahead and added those, and those are just little strips here. So on the first page, looking at this one right here, I just cut a piece, and this one measures, oh gosh, what is it measures? Okay, I don't know where I wrote it. Where's my ruler? Well, this measures a 3.5. So what I did is I got a piece, 3.5, and I added half an inch more. So I made it a 4-inch to have the little flaps, to have a 1/4 inch on each side. That's what I did here. I cut this piece, so it should be a 4.5. And then the length, it's a 2.5. So what I did is I grabbed it, score it on each side, 1/4 inch on each side, and then turn it around another 1/4 inch on this side. And then I just went ahead and cut the little corners there, and the corners here, just to give it a cleaner, make a cleaner little pocket. So this is what you should have. And then after you're done, you just enforce your little pocket here, and you glue it down. But I am not going to glue it down yet, because I want to put my nice pretty paper here, and then I'm going to put this on top. Okay? That's what I did on this one here. So, and then on this side, to create this pocket, I also cut a strip. I think it's 5.5 by 1 3/4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5.5 by 1 3/4. And what I did is the same thing. I went ahead and scored it a 1/4 inch on each side. And then on the bottom, I also did a 1/4 inch, although it looks a little bigger here. I might have done this one wrong, but a 1/4 inch on the bottom. Same thing, cut the corners and just overlap. And this one should go right here. But once again, I'm not going to glue it because I want to put my nice paper first. So this will be later. But those are the sizes if you guys want to create those little pockets. Put these over here. So now, on this page, I just left it blank and just put my nice paper here. So that one's done. And then remember, you have this space here for more tags or anything to put in. So my next page now, close this down. I made a little frame here. I don't think I made a little frame for this. What I did is just cut a little piece of cardstock. I guess a 3.5 by 4.5, and just put it on the bottom, and then cut a piece of the paper, the collection paper, a little bit smaller to give it a little border. And then I went and did these little flaps, so you know, if you want to put a picture in or something, it'll hold it in place. So they're opened. But that's, you know, like I said, I didn't do that one. But if you need me to do it, maybe I'll do it in a bit. But yeah, that's fairly simple. And then this one, it's just a flap that was attached, a page that's attached under all this. which would be this piece I have right here, and it measures, excuse me, 5 by 7. And then once you cut it, you have to score it at 6.5. On the 7-inch side, you score it at 6.5. So then take that off, you fold it, and you're going to glue this here because this is going to close here. So this is going to come right there. Get some glue. The lighting is so bad in here. I have no idea. I just hope the video comes out okay. But okay. And then we flip it around. And we glue it down. There. So there we have our flap. Just right here. So there we have our flap. Okay? So then we go to this page here now, which is this one. Our flap here. And we have this picture mats, and we got a total of 4 of them. So what I did on this one is I cut 4 pieces, and they measure, oh, I wrote it here somewhere. Okay. I think it's this one here. I cut 4 pieces at 6 by 4 and 3/4. Yeah, it is this one, 6 and 4 and 3/4. So you need 4 pieces of 6 by 4 and 3/4. So we're gonna need our scoreboard. And we're going to take our foam folder. We're going to take our piece here, and it's going to be 6. We're going to make it into a 6 by 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to score. Yeah, it was 6 by 4 and 3/4. Oh my God, I don't want to get confused. Score at 4 1/4 on the, yeah, 4 1/4. You're going to do that to all of them. Score at 4 1/4 on the 4 3/4 side. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And then grab them, reinforce the fold. I remember this is the second time I did this mini album, so I'm not 100% right there yet. I've been doing all these other minis. I need to do a couple of these to, you know, make sure it's recorded well in my head. Okay, so we got that. Move this out of the way. So then what we're going to do in this, we're going to grab our pieces here, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue them on top of each other to make that little book. Okay, so here we go. Get my glue. And start gluing. Here's my first one. There we go. Okay. first one. I'm going to grab our next piece here. And again, glue or double-sided tape, whatever you'd like to use. And then glue it down. And just line it up as best you can. I think on the last one I cut it, just folded the sheets and then just cut a strip. But this one I'm doing it this way. Oh well, I'm babbling. I'll be quiet now. So then our next one, and our last one, again, line it up as best as we can. Okay. There we go. So then we come back to our book here. And if you notice on this one, I had put my collection paper first before I put this strip. What I wanted to do is do another, like a picture mat and put it on the bottom because I don't like this strip showing here. So in this book, I'm going to glue it down first. That way when I put my paper, it's going to cover it. I don't have to worry about putting a picture mat. So, get my book here. When I rounded my corners on this one, I don't have my rounder here at the moment. So I'll have to do that later, but actually no. Oh yeah, it'll work. So then, get some glue right there. There. So then, we're gonna grab our glue. And every time you do a video, like all these things happen. It's not my day. Which, by the way, did I tell you guys I just found out I'm pregnant? Been a lot of excitement in this house. It's one of the reasons why I haven't done this video. It's been wonderful because we've been trying for over 2 years now. No, yeah, over 2 years and nothing. Okay, so I'm going to put it way on the edge. On this book, I did not. But since I'm putting the nice pretty paper on the bottom, I'm going to push it all the way to the top. Okay? I'm not going to put it on the center on this one. So there you have it. And that way, when I put my nice pretty paper here, it's going to cover this strip here where I glued them together. So there we have it. That's this part right here for our pictures, and later on I'm going to come and round those. So this is done for this page here. So we're going to turn this book back, close this, turn. So then for this page, we inserted this piece, which is the same as the first page. It's the same exact thing we did here. I did over here, except I didn't put the front pocket. I only put the pocket in the back. So I'm just going to skip that, but that's this piece here. Again, I think it was a 4x5. 5x4, and then you score it at 3.5 on the 4-inch side, and that just attaches here. So our next piece, which is this side, we have this insert here. Now this is the pocket that was just created, and I never got to put some pretty paper on this, but this is supposed to be a tag that just inserts here. Okay, so this is just a little pocket holder thing. And you can decorate here, and then this is just plain. So this piece here is this piece here. And what I did is my paper, let me cut this out of the way. what I did is I cut a piece which is 10 and a half by 4.5. 4.5. And then on the 10.5 inch side, I scored it at 5 inches and 10 inches. And then I flipped it around, and on the 4.5 inch side, I scored it at 4.5 inches. And then what I went ahead and did is cut this piece off. If you could see that, I cut this piece off, and then I did a little angle here, angle down here, same on this little strap here. Okay? And then you're supposed to fold it in half. This one is supposed to close in. This one, I'll leave that one alone for now. This one goes like this, and this is just going to create this pocket here. So that's going to be folded down. So now to seal this one, and this one we do need to put it on before we put our pretty paper, on this flap here at the end, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue. I'm going to try to put these measurements on the video too. Oh, wait a minute. On the edge to glue it. Make sure the picture doesn't come out, or a tag, whatever. Put a little bit of glue at the end. I didn't put a strip on this one. Too much there. So now we close it. And seal. Okay, so now we have our pocket. So then we come back to our book now. And this one, let me do this one real quick. Just to put it on real quick. I'm afraid I'm going to lose a strip. God knows I do that all the time. So this one just went here. This one's done. And now this one, we're going to glue it down. And then we're just going to pop it right here. And there we go. So what I have to do is cut our little tag to insert right there. And this is done. So let's go to our next page. Close this. Oops, this goes down. So now we have this piece right here. And it's just to put pictures. So here's my piece for here. I can't glue it down yet because I need my collection paper on the bottom, and then I'm going to just insert it right in the center. And what I did is I cut this piece. Let's see if I remember. I cut this piece at Okay, this piece measures 11 by 4. And once you have your piece 11 by 4, you're going to go to the 11-inch side, and you're going to score it at 2 3/4, which is this line right here, and then you're going to score it at 7 3/16. And then you're going to fold it kind of like a little book. Okay, and then you're going to cut another piece. This one measures 12 by 4 15/16. Why, I don't know. Anyways, it's scored at 4 and at 8. And these have to just close in. And if it doesn't close, it's okay to cut a little, just a little sliver here to make it close firmly. Because sometimes I cut it and it works good, and sometimes it's just long, I don't know. But anyways, this piece is going to be glued down on top here, like this. And then these are going to close down like this. And you're supposed to, I don't know if you want to use a little border here like I did on this one. I'm planning on doing the same thing as this. I just didn't do it on this one for whatever reason. But anyways, this is going to go right here. You don't have to. You could always round the corners, and then put a little foam tape here and just close it down. And this one I made it a little bit bigger than this one. This one's smaller, so this time I went a little big. This one measures 4 by like about 4 1/4. So I wanted one a little bit bigger, so I did it a little bigger here. So this one's going to go here. Our next page here, we have this flap that goes up like this, and this flap that goes down like this. Okay, so this is what we're doing next. I cut my pieces. This right here for now. I cut 2 pieces, and those are going to be 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. And on the 5-inch side, no, on 5 1/2-inch side, you're going to score it at 5. At 5. So then we come in and force our fold. Gives me a little more light. Force our folds. This one I might have to trim it a little bit, I'm not sure. So let's bring our book back here. And on the flap side is where we're working. What we're going to do, oops, is this one will be glued down here. And it's going to be centered about there. Now, in order for this other flap to not, I'm going to have to trim a little bit off on this one. I wasn't sure if I had done that, but yes. Where's my trimmer? Here it is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut a little sliver off the first one. Sorry, guys. About 2 inches on the tape off. Not inches, but. Okay. And then this one's going to go here. I don't know how long it's been already. 24 minutes. Okay. Let me hurry up. I don't want this video to be so long. Okay, so then you're going to just put it right in the center. And then leave a little border. Okay. So now we're going to go to the top side here. Bring this one down. And this one shouldn't need any cutting because, yeah, perfect. Okay, so then get our glue. standard. I said, my head's not showing there, but make sure to get it straight and lined up with the other one. And there we go. And all we have to do is come and put our nice little collection paper in here and make it look pretty. But there's this page done. And now we close this flap. Put this in here for now and close it. And we're almost done. So close this one. So now we're going to work on this one. Got these little two flaps here. So we're going to work on this page for now. These two strips are these strips here. And these measure 6 1/4. No. Hold on, wrong one. 4 1/2 by 3. 4 1/2 by 3. And then we get our scoreboard. We're gonna score them at, on the 4 1/4 inch side, we're gonna score it at 1/2 inch. Well, yeah, we're gonna score 1/2 inch. Both of them. Bring these down. Like this. So then we're going to enforce our little scores here that we just created. Okay. And once again, I'll round these later. I didn't bring my rounder, but these are round, and then I added this little tab here. So we're going to grab our book. We're going to glue these down. You're going to try to measure them as best as you can, unless you want to measure it to be precise. I'm going to guess. So I'm going to say about, so glue. Just make sure it lines up at the edge. Open it up. If you use glue, make sure you open it right away and check. Clean it because I'm going to glue it down. Okay, close it. So we got one down. Now the next one. We got a nice shade right there. This one didn't. I had a lot of glue on this one. This one's good. So there we have it. Those are two little flaps right here. Okay, so now we go to the next side of the page. And this one is the same as the other page we did previously. Same cut, same everything. And just make your little tag and insert it in there. Once again, let me give you the measurements again. I think it was 10 1/2 by 4 1/2. 10 1/2 by 4 1/2. On the 10 inch side, score at 5 and 10. And then on the opposite side, you score at 4 inches. And then you cut that little sliver and make your little pocket. So that's what I did. So I didn't do it there since it's the same one. So skip. Now on this page we have these little flaps here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. And what you do is you're gonna need 3 pieces. 3 pieces that measure. The first one is 4.5 by 4. And this one needs to be scored at 3.5 on the 4-inch side. The second piece is a 4.5 by 4.5. And on whatever side you score it at 4 inches to make it 4.5 by 4. And then on the last piece, it's a 4.5 by 5. And we're going to score it at 4.5 on the 5-inch side. So then you just come and enforce your folds. So again, this piece was a 4.5 by 5, now it's a 4.5 by 4.5. This piece was a 4.5 by 4.5, now it's a 4.5 by 4. This piece was a 4.5 by 4, now it's a 4.5 by 3.5. So then we grab our pieces here, and we're going to do the same thing as the one we did on our previous one. It's kind of like how do I do it? Oh, there it is. It's kind of like this one. The only difference is these over kind of like a little what do you call it? They're half an inch apart. Sorry, my mind is like totally not working right now. But anyways, we're going to take the larger piece, and we're going to take the medium piece, and we're going to glue it on top. Tell me, it only happens when you're in camera. It's like a waterfall. There you go. I have issues. So then we glue this one there. Just line it up as best as you can. Bless you, mamas. Okay, and then we're going to grab our last piece, and we're going to put some glue again. And line it over the top. It's a lot of little steps. It's simple to make though. I like this many of them. So it's not difficult. So there we have it. These are little pages. And all we have to do now is glue this strip down to here. And I put it more towards the end here, but I'm not going to glue it down because I want my nice pretty paper there. Unfortunately, I'm going to get this thing out unless I glue it way at the end, but I kind of like the border, so I might just leave it like that and then just put a picture mat on the bottom. So this will go here. So now our next page here, it's our belly band. So we did a little belly band here, and then I made this little piece here so my little tags won't, go everywhere, fall off, fall out. So that one this here. You just need a piece that measures 6 3/4 by 1.5. And then you're going to score it at 1/4 inch on one side and 1/4 inch on the next, which I think is 6.5. So yeah, 1/4. You score it on the 6 3/4 inch side. You score it at 1/4, and then you score it at 6.5. So then you just fold those in. And I'm not going to glue it down because I need my nice pretty paper there first. But this is just going to be glued down right in the center. Oh, actually I need a longer one. This is too short. Oh, no. That's correct. You just need the other paper there. Hold on. There to there is... Yeah. Okay, that's a little smaller. So I'm going to get me another strip of paper here. Let's see. I have this one, but it's too thin. I don't like it. Okay. So I need another piece of black cardstock. Sorry guys, I didn't measure that one correctly. I'm going to bring my trimmer here and measure this baby again. So I did I'll do a 1.5 inch. So I'm going to cut 1.5. That's the width I want my belly done. And then open this up, measure it one more time. Last one here, okay. 6 1/4. Okay, that's 6 3/8 of an inch. And grab our scoreboard here. Hope I get this one right. Okay, I did that again. I forgot to leave the little strips to fold in. 1.5 inches. So it's not by 3/8. I'm going to do it at 7 inches. And so I need to have a piece that measures 6 3/8. So, okay, what is wrong with me? Okay. So, come in. Here. And here. What happened? Let's do a copy here. Okay, finally I got it right. Okay, so the strip is 1.5 by 7. And you have to score it at this one. You have to score it by... by 3/4. Something wrong with my eyes today? Because I can't see.
And you know, whatever you have on the stove still going?
I'll put more water on it. Okay, I think I scored it at a 1/4 inch on this side. And that's a half and 6 5/8 to make my little belly band that goes there. Okay, and then sorry guys, go back to here. Okay, moving on. Yeah, this was from here, and the belly band will go here. After I put my nice pretty paper. Sorry guys, I'm having issues today. So we'll leave that one there like that for now. Okay, so then our last page, I did the same thing. Just put that little flap at the end, which was a 5 by 4, and scored it at 3.5. So glue it down, and then just make a pocket on the inside. But we made this one a small little pocket. So this is the same as the other one. Actually, no, I take it back. I forgot, this is this one. This page, see how bad I'm doing? This piece, this whole piece here, was a 5 by 12. Did I even do that one? Yeah, it's right here. 12 inches by 5 inches. And then I scored it at 6.5. No, sorry, 6 1/4 and 9 3/4. And so what this does is just going to sit here. This is going to create the, this piece here is going to create the pocket, and it's just going to go here. So it's going to open like this, and then you got this. So that's this one here, and it opens. So all we need to do is cut a little hinge, and this hinge I think measures 6.5 by 1 inch, and you just score it in half, and we glue it to the back, and you come to the last page and we glue it down. So that's how we got this page here. It will open, you'll have a pocket, close, and it will flip, and you'll be able to put pictures on both sides. So that's it, guys. That's this page here. Now the covers. What we're gonna do is you're gonna need, just move that to the side. You're gonna need chipboard or whatever you want to use as your covers. I get these from my mother-in-law's job. She works in a company where they test phones or something. Anyway, these are like dividers inside the boxes of the phones. There's some really thin ones, and there's some that are thicker. And she brings them to me, and what I do is I use these for my book covers. And what I do is I see, like, this board is a little sturdier. It's like a poster board. So what I do is just grab them and glue them together to make it more sturdy. That's what I did with this book here. You see, it's nice and firm. and I just double tape it, glue it. Yeah. So what you do it here is you're gonna cut. Well, I cut 4 pieces, but if you're gonna use chipboard that's sturdier and you don't have to do a double, they're gonna be cut at 6.5 by 4 1/4, and you're gonna need 2 of them. I did 4. Like I said, I'm gonna glue them together to make it more sturdier. And just glue those down. You can use boxes of cereal too if they're too thin. Like I said, you could just double them up and it makes it nice and sturdy. So, glue down. And there you have it. So then, this is our covers. We need the little strip on the binding side. And those are measured. I did 2, of course, so I'm going to glue them together. But this strip measures 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to glue, and I left this one a little bit wider than my first mini album. I think the first mini album that I did was 1 1/2. So I gave it a 1/2 inch more to give me more space if I want to put more embellies. You know, it won't stay open, it'll just have more space for it. So, there's my pieces that I'm going to need. So now I need my cardstock. Let me get another piece of black cardstock. Actually, I need 2. Because I don't think 1 will be enough. So what we have to do, I need to glue these 2 together first. Move these out of the way. I'm going to use, I forgot to bring my ATG gun, so I have this here. I'm going to use this tape. I want to run and go get it. And okay. Just glue it down. So then, I'm going to need about here. So I'm going to cut. Actually, I should cut it before I get that big. I'm going to grab my glue and put glue on my little chipboard here. I'm going to try to measure it, leaving about maybe a 1/2 inch to fold it in. Now my next piece. And you want to leave about maybe 1/8 of an inch of space. So when you fold your pages, your book covers. Okay. Okay, right there. So now, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the excess off. But you can measure the paper. You know, as long as you have half an inch around the cover, you're good. And I didn't do that. But I should. This works too. And on this side. So then, this glue dries pretty fast, so it should be fine. You turn it around and you enforce your folds. And do it the other side. And the other side. Now we're going to cut the corners to give it a cleaner cut. Just don't cut to all the way to the corner. You want to leave a little bit to cover that corner really good. So my battery wants to die already. Hopefully I can hurry. So now we come with our glue. We're going to fold these little flaps in. Now this side, I have to put a lot of glue. I want to make sure it does not lift. Okay, and then now on this side, on the ends here, I hope my battery doesn't die, and press, and press, flip it backwards. Glue coming out of there. And there we have it. Then we just come and we have to use our bone folder to kind of push that in. Make sure these little things don't stick out. So there's our cover. So now what we have to do is cut a piece that's going to cover in here. And I'm just going to use this piece I cut off. Oh gosh, I hope my battery doesn't die. I'd say about there. So I'm going to say about 5 inches and 1/8. Yeah, 5 inches and 1/8, I think it's good. So And if it's not straight, don't worry about it because I'm going to cover these. It's going to get covered, so good. And just put our glue. And we're going to center it. And there we have it. Okay, one's red now. Got problems. Okay. So there we have it. Now after this, gotta have to let it dry a little bit, but after this you kind of come back and enforce your little corners here. Mine's still wet, so I can't do that yet. But after that, you get your book, and what you do is you put glue here, and you're going to glue this baby down right here. And then you close these, and you just kind of let it sit for a while. But there's your book. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll make another video to show the finished product. So thank you so much for watching. I hope, forgive me for all my little thingies there, but that's my video. Thank you. Bye-bye.